Positive thinking can boost your immunity, and nature serves as a muse for nanoengineering. This is Science Wrap. Hi, and welcome back to Science Wrap, the show where we feed you the tastiest new research from the world of science, all wrapped up in an easy-to-digest package. My name's Miriam, PhD and science lover. This week, a group have demonstrated that stimulation of the reward centres of the brains of mice can boost their immune response. The team worked with a very particular strain of mice that have special neurons in their brains that can be activated by a very particular drug. This drug, known as clozapine N oxide, or CNO, normally has no effect in other strains of mice. In the special mice, however, CNO activates the ventral tegmental area. It's a key area in the reward circuitry of the brain. When this area in the brain was activated, the scientists saw an immune response in the cells of the mouse body, specifically in the granulocytes, monocytes, macrophages, and B cells. The response was in the form of altered receptors on the surface of the cells. These receptors are involved in sensing pathogenic or disease-causing bacteria, the process of phagocytosis, which is where white blood cells eat pathogenic bacteria, and the process of creating antibodies. Activation of the ventral tegmental area also related to an increase in the immune response itself, in the form of an increase in the rate of phagocytosis. Okay, but how does activation of a circuit that operates almost entirely in the brain translate to an increased immune response in the body? The main way these reward circuits work is by releasing a chemical, in this case dopamine, into other areas of the brain that control how we feel physically and emotionally. These areas can then extend into other areas which control the autonomic nervous system, or the unconscious processes that go on in your body. A subset of the autonomic nervous system is known as the sympathetic nervous system, and this actually extends out into the body and into lymphoid or immunity organs. A really neat science trick that the team did was to temporarily block the nerves that run from the sympathetic nervous system areas of the brain to the body. When they did this, they no longer saw an increased immune response in the mice. What this told the team is that the sympathetic nervous system is crucial for communicating and connecting the reward areas of the brain with the immune areas of the body. The spin-off of this research is really cool, and it could basically mean that we could improve clinical outcomes for patients by increasing the amount of positive or rewarding experiences they have. In other parts of the science world, nanoscientists have found a way to mimic the leaf folding ability of some plants in a structural material. They call it mimosa origami, after the plant that inspired it. The core component of the material is a two-layer system. The first is a thin layer of a polycaprolactone nanofiber network stuck to a layer of polyvinyl chloride microfibers. The PCL network structure is very water-loving or hydrophilic. In contrast, the PVC structure is hydrophobic or water-hating. The two layers together are called a Janus bilayer. When a drop of water is placed on the PCL side of the bilayer, it stimulates the material to bend and form a tube. This happens because there's enough surface energy density, which means there's enough energy to disrupt the bonds that hold the surface together. It's very much like the idea of surface tension of a liquid. What's cool about the bilayer and it bending is that this actually forms a capillary, or a tube that moves the fluid along. This new bio-inspired stimuli responsive material could be used in the future to create artificial muscles, particular sensors, or even self-assembling devices. Well, that's a wrap on some of the science news from this week. Thanks very much for watching. As always, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment if you have a question, and until next time, bye!